What's going on, everyone? It's Jake here. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can find active fix and flip buyers in your market. Now, how we want to do this is we're essentially going to be using PropStream. And within PropStream, we're going to be looking for companies who have recently completed a flip. Once we get the company's name, we'll put it into Open Corporate so that way we can find the owner of the company. And then from there, we're going to take the owner's information and put it into True People Search so that way we can get their phone number and we can reach out. Now, True People Search and Open Corporates are free, but if you want to use PropStream, you will need a subscription to do that. Now, if you want to try this buyer hack out and you don't have a subscription to PropStream, what I'll do for you is I'll put a link in the description below so that way you can sign up for a free 7-day trial and you can give this a shot for yourself. All right, so let's get started. So let's say you get a property under contract and you want to find a buyer who has recently completed a flip in the nearby area. Now, the reason that a buyer like this is so powerful is because if you know that they just recently completed and sold a project, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to be looking to pick up another project. And if you know their last flip was right down the street from the property you have under contract, there's also a pretty good chance that there's going to be high interest in your property, right? So what we want to do is we want to take the address of the property we have under contract, and we're going to plug it into this search bar here up at the top. So for example purposes, let's say I have 728 Hamilton Street Northwest under contract. We're going to open this property page here. We're going to come over here to comparables and nearby listings. Scroll down. We want to select MLS. And then we're going to click on amount 2 times so that it filters it from the highest to lowest. Now, the reason I do this is because I guess my theory is that all the properties that are priced higher are going to be more likely to be a fix and flip, and the properties that are priced lower are more likely to be homeowners selling or maybe an LLC picking up a property as is and they haven't yet completed the flip. So because we're looking for people who have recently completed the flip, I like to look from highest to lowest. So let's say we're looking at 5019 5th Street and we want to find out if this is a fix and flip property. What we're going to do is we're going to hit details and it's going to open up the property page for that property itself. Now, the first thing we want to look at from here is we want to come up here to last and prior sale date. So if we look right here, it looks like it was bought in February of 2020 and it was sold in September of 2020. Now that's a very good indicator that this was a fix and flip property because of how short of a window that was owned. Now, if this said February 2002, I would say this would not be a flip because it was owned for 18 years. But in this case, it was only owned for 7 months. We could probably click into pictures and see that it was a flip. So I'm going to venture to say it's a flip. Now, how we want to verify that it is a flip is we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. And you'll have this little tab right here that says buyer and seller information. We're going to look at seller one name. And you're either going to have a company name or you're going to have a personal individual name. If you have an individual's name, this is not going to be a flip and you're going to want to move on. Well, I guess it could be a flip, but probably not. If it's a company's name, that's great. That's what we're looking for. So if you get a company name, you're going to copy and paste and you're going to put it into Open Corporates. So once you do that, it's going to give you either one company, no companies, or a whole list of companies. Now, if it gives you a whole list, you're going to want to come over here and filter it out. If it doesn't give you any list and it says no, nothing matches, you might want to tweak it. So maybe take this out and then hit search or just move on, right? Or in this case, you only have one, so it's pretty straightforward. So we'll click into this property, or excuse me, this business, and it's going to take us to the business page. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is the directors and officers. What I typically like to do is I like to look for a name that pops up multiple times. So in this case, we have Michael Ryder, who pops up as the executing officer and as the organizer. Sometimes you might have their name as the agent name as well, But that's always tricky because the registered agent could be a attorney, it could be a law firm, it could be LegalZoom, or it could be the owner of the business, right? But for this example, let's say we have Michael Ryder, he pops up twice. So there's a good indication that this is going to be the owner of the business. So then from here, what we want to do is we want to come up to registered address, and we're going to copy this address right here. Come over here to True People Search, click reverse address, and we're going to put in the address of that registered address. So we're going to put this address right here. Hit search, and look at that. We have Michael J. Ryder. Michael Ryder. So again, we don't know for sure if this is the owner, but there is a very good possibility that it is. So what we would want to do is we'll click into Michael Ryder, and we have 3 phone numbers right here. Now what I would do is I would call all 3 of them, and if you get a hold of them, I would simply say, hey Michael, my name is Jacob. I noticed you recently completed a flip off of 5th Street, and I just wanted to give you a call to see if you were actively looking to buy in that area. If he says yes, awesome, my man. I have 728 Hamilton Street Northwest under contract. Is that something you might be of interest in? Or however you want to carry it, right? However you want to position it. But now you've got a hold of this guy. You know he's an active buyer, so you can position this deal to him, or you can add him to your buyers list. All right, so let me show you another pretty cool way to do this. So if we scroll down, let's say we don't want to go through comparables. There's also this tab right here that says flip comps. If you click on that, it's going to show us all of these flip comps in the nearby area. Now keep in mind that these are not always accurate, I found. Sometimes it's just a homeowner who has sold the property a lot higher than what it was bought at, and they consider it a flip. So how we can look at this is if we scroll over, you can see, all right, it was purchased in 2021, 2019. They bought it at $483. They sold it in 2020 or January of 2020, and they sold it at $790. So this is probably a pretty good indicator that this is a flip. So again, click into this, hit details, come over here. We have last and prior sale. We got 2019, another short window, probably a flip, right? Scroll down, look at that, seller one name, Hive Development LLC. So let's copy and paste. Come up here, copy and paste. And boom, look, this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. So in this case, you have a bunch of different properties, right? Now, obviously we're not in California, Colorado, Connecticut. We're in DC, so we're going to click DC. And it's going to give us the business, right? So we'll click into the business page, and same situation. So we see Michael Brooks 2 different times here. So he's probably the owner of it. So we're going to take this address right here, come up here, put in the address, Northwest. And we're going to be looking for Michael Brooks. All right, so in this case, we don't have a Michael Brooks. So what I would do in this case is probably just move on. If you want to really try to dig down and find this guy, you can, but I wouldn't waste my time. So I would just go to the next one, right? Close out of this, come back over here. Let's say we're going to be looking at 710 Farragut Street. Click details. All right, look, another window right here, another very short window, May to January. So this is probably a flip. Scroll down, boom, we have Axe Capital LLC. So we're going to copy and paste. Put that right there. Again, Axe Capital pops up. Click into this. All right, here's another good example. We have the agent name is Ace Corporate Services, Inc. So this is clearly a company who is the registered agent. But below this, we have all of these different names, right? So we have 2 right here that are the same, 2 right here that are the same. And then we have five that are the same right here. So what I would venture to say is these, since there's 5 different names, this guy right here, Farshad, that's probably the owner of the business. So again, what we want to do is we want to copy this, come up here, put this in. I believe it said Springfield. And then let's just look. So Rochandel. So we have the right name here. So we just got to find the actual person. Farshad. I don't think it's the same person, but maybe they're just misspelling it on here. But let's just say, for example purposes, this is the person that we were going after. So we would click into the name. Again, we'd have their phone number. So we could give them a call. Let's say we have their or let's say it's a mobile number instead of a landline. We could send them a text message saying the same thing. So that's how I find active fix and flippers near deals that we have. Hopefully this was helpful to you all. I know I found a lot of solid buyers doing this. Again, there's a very, very good chance that these people are going to be looking to pick up another property because they just recently completed and sold their last project. So hopefully this helps anyone. If you found this to be helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you leave a comment below. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys have a wonderful night or day wherever you are, and take care.